If you're using Docker Desktop for home servers or self-hosted apps, these 5 tips will make managing containers much easier. Let's get into it. If your containers don't start after a reboot, it likely doesn't have a restart policy set. You can fix this with one command. Firstly, press Windows and just type PowerShell. Now in PowerShell, all you need to do is type docker update -- restart unless - stopped, and then the container name. So for this, I'm just going to put Jellyfin. The container name needs to match directly with the container in Docker Desktop. Once you've written that, press enter, and you'll see the container name appear below. Now your container will automatically start whenever Docker Desktop starts. If the container is not running, it won't restart. But if it's running when you close Docker Desktop, it will automatically turn back on when you restart Docker Desktop. Docker Desktop lets you copy the full Docker run command for any container. On Docker Desktop, click the 3 dots next to the container that you'd like to copy and click Copy Docker Run. This gives you everything the container is using: ports, volumes, environment variables, and more. And now you have 2 useful options. You can save this as a backup, paste it somewhere safe so you can recreate the container later, or convert it into a Docker Compose. The easiest way to convert this into a Docker Compose is to open ChatGPT and type convert this into a Docker Compose file and just paste your command. As you can see, it is a lot of text here, and just press send. And as you can see, you have your Docker Compose file here. This includes the NVIDIA. If you're not using your NVIDIA hardware, it'll be an easier section here. It states all our volumes that we put originally, as well as the container name and the port. And now with this clean file, all you need to do is click copy, open a text editor. I'm using Notepad, paste the YAML file across, and save this. So I'm going to save this in my Jellyfin folder, and I'm just going to call this Docker Compose.yml. And save that there. Now in the folder where you copy that, you will see your Docker Compose YAML file. Now with the Docker Compose, it brings us to tip number 3, which is to update your container. To update your container, the easiest way is via Docker Compose, because you can keep your variables, everything else the same. And if you want to change something, you can just edit the text file and change that there. So to get this working, all you need to do is click the taskbar, type CMD to get command prompt open. And on this window, if you type docker compose up -d, this will recreate the container. Since we already have a Jellyfin container there, we're not going to do that at this present moment, unless of course you rename the container name. The downside to this is it's not going to update Jellyfin. It is just going to recreate the exact same file using the exact same image. Reason being is because that is the image that we already created previously. If you want the latest version, all we need to do is just write docker compose pull before this. So it would look something along the lines of docker compose pull and docker compose up -d. Now what that will do is it will recreate the container based on the latest Docker image. It'll download the new image and recreate it. Now that's the easiest way to do it. It keeps all the paths the same, keeps all your settings the same, as that is what's on your YAML file. The more manual method would be to go to Docker Desktop, stop your Jellyfin container, go to your image tab, delete your Jellyfin image, and search for the new Jellyfin or any other container that you'd like, and pull the latest version. And then all you need to do is restart or recreate the container using the exact same variables, so it starts the exact same way. Both methods work, but Compose is more reliable and repeatable. Now for tip number 4, to access your containers from another device, you need your local IP address. To do this, open Command Prompt. You can do this by pressing Windows and typing CMD, and just type ipconfig and press enter. Now find your IPv4 address, and then you can access it from any device. You may have multiple IPv4 addresses. I'm using the IPv4 address that's connected to the Ethernet. If one doesn't work, just try another one and find one that works for you. One of the most useful troubleshooting features in Docker Desktop is the stats view. Open Docker Desktop and go to your container, click the container, and then click the stats tab over here. Here you can see live CPU usage, memory usage, network activity, disk usage. This helps you quickly identify issues like a container using too much CPU, memory leaks, apps slowing down your system. For example, if Jellyfin starts lagging during playback, you can instantly check if a container is using too many resources. Now those are 5 simple Docker Desktop tips that make managing containers much easier. If you found this helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more Docker Desktop tutorials, and leave a comment with some of your own Docker tips and tricks. I'd love to see how other people are using it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.